Sarah and I are back out here on the Leon Creek Greenway and roundabouts this area to try out my new snake hook and see what we can find today. It's a nice cool overcast day, so hopefully we'll find some interesting things. If something tells me I'm going to be less articulate today. I had a terrible migraine last night and incapacitated me for a few hours, but my mom guilted me into coming out and recording more video because she said that it had been a few days since I'd posted one, and I finished doing all the work that I needed to get done today, so I figured what a better thing to do than come out and just enjoy the outdoors for a little bit. We're out here at the creek, which is over there. I hear some stuff rustling. Got this board that I've moved over here a few days ago. Let's see if that turns anything up. We'll flip over some rocks. I'll get Sarah to flip over this rock. See if there's anything under it. She can do it. Nothing, but except a lot of ants.
A lot of ants.
Check our little board out. Nothing. Not convinced this is the best spot ever, but it's close enough to the water where I was thinking you could track some Nerodia, or water snakes. But there's plenty of habitat for them, so I'm not sure the board is gonna yield when there's all these nice nooks and crannies for the water snakes and probably maybe rat snakes to hide in. Well, don't have any reptiles or amphibians yet, but I have a pretty nice sized what I think is a bark scorpion right there. I did not get close to it this time, other than what I'm doing right now. Last time we found scorpions, I almost grabbed one on accident, and that would have been a bit of a shock. Got a cool black squirrel right here.
We have the two kinds, the russet color ones.
These black ones. Yeah. So we're back over here where we have all these boards and our little toad inner tube that we'll check. I always like to check that first, so maybe that's where we'll go before we go through all of this stuff. Oh, if I don't run into a branch. This is our toad inner tube. Sure. Back up a little bit.
Yep. Sometimes it's like
crickets.
in there. Oh yeah, there's big black crickets.
I don't think we've got a toad today, unfortunately.
It seems to be drying out a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be dry over here. Let's put this set back. See if we can't turn something up in these boards here. Oh, there's nothing there, but yep. Boards need to sit for a little bit longer, get a little bit more decay going under there. This is the board that's got the little underneath that tire there. There's a little den right down in there. Just a hole down there. Go ahead and set that down. Oh, there's a big old
wow.
scorpion running right at me.
Ow.
There's another scorpion. Well, slipping under the... Today looks like today's gonna be a
Scorpion day.
Scorpion day. Go ahead and set that board down. I'll just get it from the other side. If we don't see anything here, we'll move on to the dirt road and see if we can't turn something up. We're in the old coach whip location. Check out our it's a roofing board here. This is where the coach whip used to hang out until it met its untimely demise at the hands of a bird. There's a fair few of them around here. There's also some hawks that live across the creek over here in these trees, although I don't hear them today. So we turn up here and capture it on video. It's a male and a female, they're probably mating. It's kind of over here. Where'd it go? Oh, it went down.
Yep.
It's extra body. Ow!
Did you get?
Yeah.
So we found this under the boards where we found the coach whip, and there were two.
Yeah. Been extra bitey today.
Yeah.
Luckily, their teeth aren't very long, so they can't really break skin, but calm down.
Really beautiful colors.
Yeah, really beautiful. These are garter snakes. I don't really know my garter snake species here in Texas, so I'll have to look up, see which this is. But there's, notice she's starting to calm down now. Her head isn't quite as flat as it was. I think she's starting to figure out that I am not going to eat her. Anyways, we got our one snake. Let's go ahead and let her go. Maybe. Here we go. Well, I had a male and a female garter snake right here, and I got a hold of the female, and it skirted right out of my hand and came, well, it spent a little bit of time trying to grab it. And now I have no idea where it went. So I'm gonna have a little walk around, see if I can't find it. That's disappointing though. So the snake that we had just caught, I looked up while we were walking around, so we had a little bit of a walk to get back to kind of the next part of the trail. There's a Texas garter snake, and now we're headed over to where I caught the patch-nosed snake a little bit more than a week ago now, and see what we can turn up. If this doesn't turn up, then we'll just cruise over to where we saw the last coach whip, or potentially yellow-bellied racer. I'm still not convinced it was a coach whip, even though that's what I said it was. And over to where we saw the Texas coral snake, and we'll see what we can turn up. This is the area with the pile of tires, and we've got a new development here, and something that tells me we won't find any snakes, and it's that we've had wild hogs all through here. And those guys, while they're foraging, they come across a snake, they will gobble it up. And I've still not gotten the courage to dig through these. Not necessarily because I'm scared of finding anything, because man, that's a
daunting pile.
That is a daunting pile. That is a task that I'm not convinced I am willing to partake in. All right, I didn't find anything up in that little gully with all the trash in it, or at the big tire pile. Now we're back on the trail, moving to the next location, see if we can find. One of the pleasures doing this kind of work, especially when you find snakes really early in the day, is you get to spend the entire rest of the day smelling like snake musk, which is always really great. Some snakes are stronger than others, like the coach whip was pretty daunting odor. The garter snake, not so bad, but every time the wind blows or I put my hands near my face, which you're not supposed to do, by the way, in this trying time, I get a gigantic whiff of snake. And sometimes you get spider webs on your face when you're walking through the trees, and you've got to rub them off. And you got to remember which hand has been your handle the snake hand for the day, so you don't rub your sleeve full of snake musk into your face, which I've definitely done today. Let's see what we can find. We're just walking this area where the coral snake was and where we saw the maybe coach whip, maybe yellow-bellied racer. Sarah's walking the other side. I'm gonna come back over here where I saw the maybe coach whip. I'm still not convinced. See what I can turn up. We got a little Texas blind snake here. Really beautiful snakes found just right off the trail. The trail's 30 feet behind Sarah. So this is the second Texas blind snake I've found here. Well, on the Leon Creek. The other one was, I don't know, probably what, 3 miles from here?
Mm-hmm. Found it right under this rock.
Yeah, a bit of cement. It's interesting because we haven't found a ton of like fossorial snakes here, apart from finding them in the yard, even though I flipped lots and lots of stuff.
Oh yeah, nice.
So we've got flipped a rock. So we flipped one rock, we got a Texas blind snake, and flipped the rock right next to it and got 2 more. So today really is a wriggly Texas blind snake day. If I can get the new ones to calm down. There we go. So we have 3 different Texas blind snakes here, which is pretty cool. They're very slippery. Oh, I dropped one. Oh, I dropped 2. Oh, I dropped 3. One right there. This is the one that goes in there anyways.
Mm-hmm. Putting them back where we found them.
So 2 of the snakes are back in that rock, and then of course the 3rd snake pulled out right here. If I can get it to... There it goes. And it's gone. Today's a really exciting day. We got a little flat-headed snake here. Tantilla. It's pooped all over me. But just flipping rocks out here right by the trail. So today's a really exciting day. We've got 3 Texas blind snakes. We've got 2 Texas garter snakes. Oh, and now a little tantilla, which I've never dropped a tantilla before. They're kind of slippery, and my hands are covered in musk and poop.
It's under one of these rocks, right?
Yeah, so we've just been flipping rocks and seeing what we could find. So we spend a little bit more time out here, and then at 5 o'clock, Sarah has to go teach which class?
This is the principles of sociology class, so the intro class.
I have to go teach physical anthropology online since we're stuck in a quarantine. Well, so far we've had an eventful day. Let's see, we've seen 2 Texas garter snakes, caught 1. We caught 3 Texas blind snakes, then caught a flat-headed snake. I also have a flat-headed snake from our yard that I need to put in the next video.
Oh yeah.
What else? That's it, right?
Yeah.
We've had a very eventful day today, and we've only been out for like
Just a little
not
bit.
even 2 hours, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a nice, kind of cool, overcast day. But...
Yeah, and everything, we're just doing is right off the edge of the trail. It's been pretty awesome. Let's keep looking just for a little bit longer, hit up a couple of boards I know that are right up ahead, and then head back to the house so we can teach. The last little spot to hit here on the limbo trail, some boards, and then we'll maybe take saddle way back to the car and head home. All right, we're done for the day. Just telling Sarah, it's like makes perfect sense that over here in this area where we are right now is where we've seen the coral snake. So I've seen it once, and Sarah's seen coral snakes twice here. There's all those little fossorial snakes, like the Texas blind snake, and then the little tantilla, the flat-headed snake that was just down from that just a little bit. Those are the kinds of food that coral snakes like to eat. And so it makes sense why they're over here. There seems to be a lot of the little fossorial snakes around here.
Yeah.
Alright, so today, just in the yard, we caught a flat-headed snake. There's also a rough earth snake underneath the exact same board, which is pretty cool. But this is the second time we've caught a flat-headed snake in the last, 3 days? We didn't see any snakes yesterday. So this is a new species in our yard, and actually a new species for us here since we moved to Texas. Sarah's holding it for me. We couldn't grab the rough earth snake. It scooted away too fast.